tea tree and eucalyptus athletic soap. Not only will it stop you stinking, it'll prevent staph and ringworm after your BJJ sessions. Let's go. Equipment. Hand and Lye, so gloves and glasses are essential. I'm using petrol station sunglasses. Chopping board for your solid oils, coconut oil, mango, butter and what have you. Get some bowls for mixing, weighing. We're using the double boiler method. See that in more detail later. Get yourself some little pots with the 05 pp triangle for mixing your lye. Some utensils, stainless steel spoon for the lye, big knife as well. Some scales for weighing. Pyrex. You need 2. I've got 3 here. Hand blender. This one's like a immersion blender for mixing up the soap butter. Digital thermometer, soaping at 120. A soap mould. Loaf mould, pretty standard, 1000 grams. Let's set up then. First ingredient is water. Next, the lye. It can burn your skin. It's not like Fight Club level, that's seen in Fight Club, but it's not pleasant either. You definitely don't want to get it in your eyes. Give it a nice stir. It can become solid on the bottom. I think there's a technical term for that. Next, we've got coconut oil. It's a mainstay in soap. Demonstrating the chop. Big bowl on the scales. I'm weighing it out. Shea Butter's next. It's like an ice cream kind of feel. Vanilla ice cream. Shea Butter into the big mixing bowl with the coconut oil. Next we've got mango butter. Nice satisfying chop. Weigh. And then into the mixing bowl. This blend of Pomace and Rapeseed Oil is available in all Tesco's. I've seen them in every Tesco's up and down the country I've been to. Castor Oil from the soapery. Just demonstrating there, getting it exactly the correct way. Sweet almond oil, also for the soapery. And you want to mix those two in with your olive oil pumice. Clay. Has it got a practical use in this recipe, this grappling soap? It looks nice, gives it a nice green tint. Works well with the tea tree and eucalyptus. We're using oil to whip that into a paste from the weighed oils. Don't add more to it, because all the oils have to be accounted for. Full recipe and breakdown of the lye calculations in description. See how I'm pouring down that spoon with the essential oil? If you don't pour down something, it will dribble down the tin and go all over the place. I've learned that the hard way. Demonstrating the eucalyptus pour. Double boiler. So I'm setting up here, boiling water in a pan. Then the solid oils in the big bowl go over the boiling water. This is ×8 speed. Getting that melted down quick time. Be quite a long video, an hour, probably about an hour video, if I didn't do these speeded up bits and some quite sharp cuts. So happy. All the little nugs have gone. In with the oil mixture. Take temperature. That's 145. So it's got a little bit of cooling to go. Put that to one side. And the power of editing, we're now at the correct temperature. So in goes the lye. The lye was also at 120 or thereabouts. That's sodium lactate I've thrown in there. That's for an extra hard bar, so it's optional. Give it a little hand stir with my immersion blender. You notice I've got my gloves back on now. And my petrol station wraparound sunglasses. So I'm getting a nice little blast on the immersion blender. Not going too crazy. I want to be able to control the trace. I don't want it to go too thick, too fast. Because there's other things we need to add, like the essential oil and the clays that will thicken the trace. So you want to take it easy on that. So I'm doing manual. Every now and again I'll give it a little pulse. I'm heading towards a nice medium trace by the time of the pour. It's looking nice now, looking a bit like custard, like a light custard. You can see the oils and the water combining. I've left this in real time so you can see how long it actually takes to reach trace if you're going to use this recipe. A few more pulses on the lowest setting of the immersion blender. There we go, I'm finished with that now. So I'm going to add in our additives. Gonna throw in the clay. Giving the clay a good mix. In goes the essential oil with it. A learning point for me from this recipe was paste up my clay more. I'm struggling to get all the chunks of clay down there. It won't cause any harm, but it's just more aesthetically pleasing if it's it's a nice even finish. There's no speckles, little green speckles. So I'm struggling to clear all those little bits now, and at the same time trace is thickening, so I'm conscious of that. I don't want it to go too thick for a pour. So I'm panic stirring the batter a little bit. Not looking too bad now. There's a few rogue speckles still surviving the mix. I think I would have used a little bit more clay as well next time, so it gets a bit greener. It's got a nice green tint. I'm losing patience with certain speckles now. They're getting ejected from the mixing bowl. Yeah, I think I would a tablespoon and a half next time, so it's just a bit greener. Getting rid of the stubborn speckles there. It's a nice hint of green, don't get me wrong, but I think extra green next time. There I am testing the trace. It's very much ready to be poured. Ready my mould, and in we go. On goes the lid. Now I'm going to cover the mould up so it enters what's called the gel phase, where something magical happens in the gel phase, but it requires heat to be retained within the mould. So I'm using this towel, and I'm going to leave it in there for 24 hours. 24 hours later, the unmould. So I'm looking for there. Does it come away easily at the sides? It does. But unfortunately, there's still a little bit of softness on the bottom corners. But mostly it's fine. It's not too bad. It just means I've got more of an offcut on that side than I'd have liked. I'll get 9 bars out of it rather than 10. So another learning point for me is just leave it that bit longer. Maybe give it a day and a half. So now I've got my soap in my soap chopper, and I'm just lining it up so I chop up off the bits that are a little bit soft to go into my offcut bowl for personal use. There we go, good chop. Not too bad. Few little speckles that I would prefer weren't there, so again, it's one for me to make sure I mix up my clay more thoroughly. I'm going to stamp my soap now with my brand, my Tiger brand. Using a bit of isopropyl alcohol, that was. It just helps the soap stamp make an impression without getting stuck. Also spraying a little bit on the wood so it doesn't stick to the wood. It looks quite nice. Got little speckles. Some people won't mind that, but I want to improve every loaf that I make. So next one will be more pasty. And there we go. There's my offcut. I thought I'd show you that. That could have been an extra bar of soap if I'd left it a bit longer. But never mind. Still got 9 tidy bars of soap. Am I the best soap maker in Christendom? Definitely not. But I can make a decent bar of soap. Thanks for watching. If you want to support me, it's fullsetproducts.com. Like and subscribe. Cheers.